Hi there, I'm Lauren Tarshis. I'm the author of the I Survive book series, and I also head up Classroom Magazines here at Scholastic. I'm here to talk to you today about an important time in history, an event called the Holocaust. Some of you have probably already started learning about the Holocaust in your classes. It happened not so long ago in the 1930s and 1940s during World War II. The Holocaust was the murder of some 6 million Jewish people and millions of others in Germany and across Europe. Many people were responsible for this, but one man was most to blame: Adolf Hitler. In 1933, Hitler was elected leader of Germany. Adolf Hitler should never have become the leader of a country. He was a person filled with hatred and anger and intolerance, and he was a liar. But there was something about him. He could stand in front of a huge crowd of people and convince them that what he was saying was true. In the 1930s, Germany was having some serious problems. 1 in 4 people did not have a job, and many were hungry. They felt angry and afraid. Adolf Hitler was able to convince people in Germany that all of their problems had one cause: Jewish people. He said that by getting rid of Jewish people, Germany's problems would be solved. How could people believe such a ridiculous lie? It's hard to understand. But there was already prejudice against Jewish people in Germany and in many other parts of Europe during that time. Why? Because many Germans saw Jewish people as different from them. They had different prayers, different rituals. They often lived in their own separate neighborhoods. Some dressed differently too. Because Jewish people seemed different, some people were suspicious of them. In Hitler's speeches and writings, he told lies about Jewish people. He fanned the flames of old suspicions against Jewish people. And soon those old suspicions exploded into hatred and unthinkable violence. Because Hitler had in fact told one truth, that he wanted to get rid of the Jewish people and drive them out of Germany. Few people believed he was serious until it was too late. Beginning in 1933, Hitler's government passed rules and laws that made life harder and harder for Jewish people. Jewish kids were kicked out of their schools. They couldn't go to parks or pools or libraries or even shop in stores. Their parents were fired from their jobs. People destroyed Jewish stores and businesses. They set fire to their synagogues where Jewish people went to pray. But it wasn't enough to make Jewish people suffer. Adolf Hitler wanted them dead. And not only Jews living in Germany. Soon Jewish people all across Europe, for miles in any direction, were being hunted down by German Nazi troops. By 1945, 6 million Jewish people had been killed. That was 2 out of every 3 Jewish persons living in Europe. So why do we want to talk about such a horrifying time in history? Learning about the Holocaust is so frightening and heartbreaking. Wouldn't it be better to just try to forget about it? The answer is no. History is important because we learn from tragic events like the Holocaust. We can learn lessons that can help us prevent these kinds of tragedies from happening again. And sadly, intolerance and prejudice are still huge problems around the world. even here in America. Just as Germans were suspicious of Jewish people in the 1930s, some people today have suspicions and prejudices against other people, against people who are different from them, different because of their religion, different because of how they look or how they talk or where they were born. Learning about events like the Holocaust can help us understand how dangerous intolerance can be, how suspicion and prejudice can turn into hatred and violence, and why we must all work together to fight against this.